Hello everyone, my name is Fernando Bañuelos and this is my Ethnics Future project. The future I would like to build is one where institutional racism is no longer a thing, and the future where our social systems no longer make or justifies inequality. I think that ethnic studies shows us how racism isn't just about individual prejudice, but how it's built into institutions such as housing, schools, healthcare, and our justice system. So if we really want to make a change, we must transform those systems from the ground up. The main thing in this future that I imagine is that justice is systemic and not just selective. In this future, access to education, healthcare, and safety isn't determined by your race or zip code, but it is accessible to everyone. I believe that we should move beyond this token inclusion and focus on rebuilding the structures that shape opportunities so that equality doesn't become an expectation, but it becomes a daily norm. The first keyword I chose is institutional racism, which is the way policies, laws, and systems create inequalities. Some examples of these are police practicing, educational tracking, and employment barriers. And these usually maintain a racial hierarchy, which even without overt prejudice. The second key word I chose was intersectionality, which is a concept that reminds us that identities such as race, gender, and class interact with each other to shape people's experiences. By being able to understand intersectionality, it helps us see that institutional racism doesn't affect everyone the same way. For example, a black woman can experience racism differently than a black man or a Latino woman. I think that the best reading that connects to this is Freedom is a Constant Struggle by Angela Davis, which in this reading, she reminds us that in order to get rid of oppression, it requires a collective action from everyone, and that freedom struggles are connected across borders. Davis's work shows us that we can't eliminate institutional racism alone, but that we must challenge all forms of oppression at once everywhere around the globe. Another reading I chose for this was Why Ethnic Studies by Amy Suyoshi and Suti Sujitipara, which explains how ethnic studies gives us tools to understand how power operates and how communities can reclaim agency. With this knowledge that ethnic studies shows us, it empowers us to reimagine systems built not on domination, but on solidarity and equity. Even though a future without institutional racism may seem far away, with what ethnic studies shows us, just imagining a better future for us is the first step to making them into a reality. We've already seen change happen from movements for abolition and climate justice to push ethnic studies into schools. The future I imagine is one where justice is proactive, not reactive, and where we no longer have to ask who is left out because everyone will be included by design. This was my vision of my future without institutional racism. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.